Imagine working the same job as your colleague with the same skill but being paid 20% less. Why? Because of your gender. Now imagine this isn't an exception, it's the reality for 3.5 billion people worldwide. Imagine a world where choosing the gender gap could boost the world economy by trillions of dollars. What if I told you that empowering half of the humanity isn't just a moral perspective, it's the key for unlocking extraordinary process in health, education, and peace. Picture a society where every person, regardless of their gender, can harness their full potential. In this society, talent drives progress. Not one is held back by outdated norms or systematic barriers. Imagine school where every child is encouraged to follow their passion, whether it's coding, literature, or art, without being classified into appropriate subject. Imagine boardroom where leader is defined by competence, not by gender. This is not a utopian fantasy. It's a vision that expands around the globe, is within our reach if we work together. In 2025, a silent war is reshaping our world, not between nations but between genders. Gen Z's women are flowing leftwards, advocating for abortion access and workplace equity, while their male partners feeling and coding status and identify. This isn't just a cultural shift, it's a titanic sink with profound sequences. By 2023, this divide would be seen in elections, redefining relationship and determine whether equality remains a dream or becoming reality. Today we will explore why this shift exists, how it's rewriting society rules, and what we must do to break the bridge. As philosopher once noted, gender is not something that one is, it is something one does. This means our action, our choices, and our everyday interaction shape our gender identifies. And while changing those, we can reshape our society. Let's define what we mean by gender in today's world. Gender isn't simply about biological difference, it's about role, identity, and shaped by our culture, history, and personal experience. In modern discovery, gender is recognized as a spectrum, one that includes not only men and women, but all non-binary and gender care. For centuries, gender have been a cage. Let's rewind. In 1848, Elizabeth demanded voting rights for women. Fast forward to 2023, only 25% of global parliament seats were held by women. Progress? Yes, but why it is so slow? 1 in 3 women experience violence. 72% of CEOs are men. Freedom terrifies without societal script. Men graves for old norms. From birth, boys and girls receive different scripts. Parent is wealthy, societies steer girls away from STEM, fearing they will struggle even as a girl outperform boys in school. Gender is more than just a label on birth certificate. It's a social construction that shapes how we see ourselves and others. It influences our role at home, at work, and in society. For instance, many cultures have long maintained that men are natural leaders or that women are better suited to caregiving. These beliefs have deep rooted in history and have shaped our institute in education, business, and policy. Yet when we look closer, we realize that human capability is not defined by gender. It's defined by talent, patience, and progress. Behind every statistic, there is a real story. Let's get personal. In Hollywood, actor revealed her male co-star was paid 3 times more for the same role. Even in tech, only 5% of tech CEOs are women. Let's consider some more examples. Consider Roxana. My brother got the family business. I got married at 16. Priya. They said I could not code because I am a girl. Now I run a startup. Amina, a young engineer from a rural community, just to pursue her degree in technology. Their existence are echoed around the world, in Europe to remote village in Africa. These success stories inspire hope and determined that our society invests in everyone equality. Throughout this journey, many voices have spoken out for gender equality. Women will only have true equality when she shares with them the responsibility of brightening up the next generation. We should all be feminists. These words and the many actions behind them remind us that our fight for equality is not just about policies, it's about changing heart and minds. But here is the good news. Equality isn't a fantasy. Closing the gender gap would add $28 trillion to global GDP. Companies with diverse leadership are 21% more profitable. Equality is not a woman's issue, it's a human's issue. Looking ahead, the future of gender is not predetermined. It's something we can shape together. Imagine workplace where leadership is determined solely by talent and dedication, not by gender. As we move forward, technology and social media are empowering voices that were once silent, like #ToMe and global movement for gender justice are showing us that when people unite around a common cause, change is possible. I am no longer accepting the thing I cannot change. I am changing the thing I cannot accept. This call to action resonates now more than even as we shape a future where gender equality is not optional but the norm. At its core, the debate between inequality and equality isn't just about number or policies, it's about human identity. Inequality creates division and wastes potential. Equality, on the other hand, is about fairness and recognizing that every person deserves the same opportunity to success. When women succeed, nations flourish. This isn't just a slogan, it's a proven fact supported by decades of research and real-world examples. Changes start with education. In Nigeria, the Girls Not Brides campaign slashed child marriage by 40%. What you can do? Challenge stereotypes like a girl should mean unstoppable. Support women-led businesses. Vote for leaders who prioritize equality. Feminism isn't about making women strong. Women are already strong. It's about changing the way the world perceives that strength. Now let's address the big question. How can we stop gender inequality? While the challenges are enormous, there are steps we can take both as individual and as society. Governments must enact and enforce laws that ensure equal pay, protect against discrimination, and promote work-life balance. For example, legislation like paid parental leave. We need to challenge and change deep-seated belief about gender roles. Men must be encouraged to share domestic responsibility, and women should be celebrated for their achievement beyond traditional roles. We should be all feminists. Let's not forget that chances also require accountability. It's important for us to hold institutes, both public and private, responsible for progress in gender equality. Transparent reports on age gaps, representation in leadership, and even on issues like unpaid labor drive real change. We have stood at this crossroad before. Systems that once seemed unshakable fell. Gender inequality is next. Gender inequality is a challenge that touches every corner of our world, from the workplace and classrooms to homes and governments. The solution lies not in blaming gender, but rebuilding systems. Culture does not make people. People make culture. The data is clear. When we dismantle stereotypes early, equality follows. The right not of women or men, but of humanity itself. The journey to equality starts with each one of us. Share this value, start conversation, and support initiatives that promote gender equality. Let's work together to build a world where every person is valued equally. A world that truly changed for the better. Comment below. Remember, when we stood together, we can transform our world.